carrying Russian oil.
You know what though? Like I don't want
So
to. I don't want to lose.
everybody
this.
wins there.
I don't want to lose this though. There's 45 million people. To say nothing of like some of the Russian people too, obviously, who are like caught in the middle of this and don't know what's going on. But like, there's 45 million people in Ukraine too. Is there? This is where the nuance comes in. Is there a corrupt element of their government? Sure, they're a post-Soviet country. Like, there's all kinds of bullshit that happens over there. We know this. But, like, you have all these citizens who are in the middle of this where another nation is now invading them and shelling them with bombs and shit and killing kids. And the United States is funding these weapons and training, which I want to come back to and actually get more information on that. But it's at the end of the day, it's like everything else in the world. It's all just coming back to money.
True.
The whole thing's coming back to money. So how did they close it out?
Just a few minutes ago, dude, we were talking about there's 3 ways to look at the world, right? You can either be outraged that what you thought would work didn't work, or you can be disappointed that people just aren't getting smarter, or you can leverage the fact that, well, what can I do right now to take advantage of this opportunity? The point that what you just said to everybody listening is it all comes down to money. This is the point where everybody listening right now gets to make a choice. You get to choose right now. Will you bitch about what's already happened? Will you be disappointed about what's happening now? Or will you take this lesson on and realize every conflict, every hiring decision, every ad, every application on your phone, every video that you watch, everything that you stream, it all boils down to money. So if you want to change your legacy, if you want to do something different in the future, if you want to change your family name from being a poverty-stricken family name to being a wealthy family name, this is the first step. Realize the truth of the fact, which is everything comes down to money. Money drives it all because all money is the physical representation of scarcity, a scarcity of resources. Before money, it was eggs, or it was firewood, or it was water. It will always be something. In a post-apocalyptic world, we're going to argue, we're going to fight over. During COVID, the currency was freaking N92 masks. Right?
Yeah.
Remember that
95,
garbage?
Yeah,
N95 masks. There's always a current currency. There's always something that represents scarcity. There's always something that drives behavior. It's money, it's trade, it's commerce.
I agree. At the ground level where you just put that, 100%, and yeah, some people aren't going to accept that. Now at the high level of nations, though, people are too stupid in groups, not individuals, in groups to accept that. You and I were talking about this downstairs before the podcast, but like even in America, where right now if politics are all shit, we still have the best steaming pile of shit on top of the steaming pile of shit, right? You do have 2 parties. Right. And what do the 2 parties want? You said it yourself. They want the other to not exist.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, if you didn't have one offsetting the other, oh boy.
The parties, this is what's interesting. The parties absolutely want each other to exist. Here's what America's missing right now.
But the people don't.
The people don't.
Right. Yeah.
The parties need the other one to exist because as long as the other one exists, there's a common enemy to rally behind or rally against. You have to have an enemy. If you don't have an enemy, people get lost and they wander. Right? If you look at sheep and a shepherd, the only reason the sheep stay close to the shepherd is because they're afraid of the wolves. If sheep aren't being killed by wolves, if you actually had 2, 3 generations of sheep where they had forgotten that there was any kind of threat out there, they wouldn't follow the shepherd. They wouldn't listen. They just wander.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? So what we have in the United States, the reason that we are struggling so much right now, the reason that we're letting ourselves get distracted by the Great Resignation and whether or not there's enough representation in TV shows. The reason people are writing hate mail about the new Buzz Lightyear movie, having a scene that suggests homosexuality. All this, the reason any of this matters is because we don't have a common enemy in the United States right now.